Hello everyone, this is Concho from Concho Sewing and welcome back. I know it's been a few months since I posted some videos because it takes a lot of energy and effort to make these videos, and the only thing that keeps me going are you guys and your comments. Okay, so this video will belong, I guess, in basics of sewing. These are Concho sewing tips for improving your sewing skill. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so here is the list of the tips, and I'll go through them one by one. Draw and write your ideas down. So this is very important. People trust their memory, and usually our memory sucks. Create your sewing book, your diary or journal. Always have your notebook or journal near you, so at any time if your idea pops up, you can write it down. When you go to sleep, have it down, because you'll never know when your ideas come up. So it's very important to write it down, because you will regret not writing it down later, because you will forget, because our memory sucks. Okay, so organize and discipline yourself. It's important that discipline of writing and drawing your ideas down. It will come handy in the long run. If you're outside, you can write your ideas down on your mobile phone, which you can later transfer to your sewing book, and you have this pool of ideas that you can resort to later when you don't know what to do or what to make. It's also good to carry a field note or some form of notebook with you, small notebook, so that you can draw or write down something. Okay, so next point is think about your idea. Sounds stupid, but it's not. Think of our brain as a powerful computer that insert the idea and start thinking about it, rendering it, refining it, and eventually you'll come up with a great idea. But it's important to keep thinking about it, to let your mind becomes familiar with the idea, what you want to create, and how the product you want to design is being constructed. When you think you came up with a fine idea, then you can write it down and put it into practice. Create your own patterns. It's very easy to copy someone else's work, but to improve your skill you need to start creating your own sewing patterns, and by that you will improve your way of thinking about how the product is made. When you get the hang of it, it will make sewing a lot more easier. It's really very simple process. Usually the products are made from few parts. So you have front part, you have back part, you have that bottom part and top part. So you have 4 products. When you start thinking about it that way, it's way easier to create everything when you can create your own pattern. Start with a ruler, and it's simple math geometry. It's really helpful to learn how to make your own patterns. One way to do it is to, for example, if you want to make a, I don't know, pants or a hoodie, you turn it inside out, lay it on a paper and start marking with a pen over it, and that's your pattern. So that's one of the easier ways to make it. Create your own products, test them and improve them to perfection. Once you created what you wanted, now it's time to put it to the test and see what works and what doesn't work, and then improve it later. Carry it with you, and in that way you can see what you can improve, or give it to someone who is adequate to test it, and then ask for feedback. And then get the feedback and try to improve the product further, and then perfect it until you're satisfied with the product. Very good way to ensure that your products are top quality and you don't have to worry about bad feedback. Practice visualizing your products. What I mean by that is you need to have a mental picture in your mind of your products, so you know every little detail, how it's put together, how many parts does it have, what goes where and stuff like that. so you are very familiar with your product, because you can simply see the product somewhere, see someone else's product, and you can immediately understand how the product is made. The more you sew, the better you'll get at it. It's really that simple, but it's the core of getting better. Usually people ask, how do I get better at some skill? And they do everything except that one thing they need to do. If you want to get better at sewing, all you need to do is keep sewing, keep working on it, and you will get better as time goes on. There is no shortcut to it. You can't get instant sewing master, but you can keep working on it day by day, and eventually you'll get very good at it if you keep working on it. Always double stitch your products. You don't want to make something for someone or make a product and sell it and then get feedback from the customer saying, what did you sell me, this thing fall apart easily. So always double stitch your products to make sure they're top quality and they are reliable and durable. So when your customer buys your products, they are satisfied on the long run. Double stitch your product. Create product pieces in specific order. When you start making your own product, you have a way of doing it. For example, you make a front part and then make the back part and then make the bottom part and top part. So you have in a specific order in what you make your products, and in that way you train yourself to make it faster, which is very useful. You don't want to waste 2 hours on making a simple bag, which you can make in half an hour if you practice it well. So create products in specific order. Industrial nylon thread for the win. Okay, so I know you can't use industrial nylon thread for everything you work. Sometimes you have to use cotton thread or something like that. It's very important to use nylon thread because it will last a very long time and it's very durable. Okay, so I have a nylon thread here, so it's most likely I will cut my fingers before I rip this thread apart. So making your stuff from nylon thread is really useful. This is a cotton thread, so it's very easy to rip it apart. I know there are uses for cotton thread for clothes and stuff, but if you're making something more durable and you need it to be reliable and not fall apart by its own or by time, as time goes on and you expose your gear to water or sunlight, the cotton rots, so it's very easy to fall apart. Know your machine, learn how it works and learn how to fix it, and learn how to maintain it. It's very important that you know and understand how your machine works. If you don't, go to the internet and search for your machine type and see how it's made, how it works, how the mechanism functions, so you understand what you're working with. Usually the people don't care how something works as long as it works, but when it breaks down, they need someone else to fix it. So it's very important to understand how something works and to know how to do minor repairs, how to oil your machine, how to time your machine, how to replace certain parts that you can do by yourself. Get quality materials. What I mean by this is that you want your products to be made of top quality materials. So you don't want to buy unknown nameless zipper or buckle and second grade or third grade just because it was cheaper to buy it. When you make it and you try to sell it to someone, first thing they're gonna notice is the quality of the product you sold them. So buckles, zippers, canvas, everything, every single thing that you're using, you need to make sure that it's top quality stuff, because your overall product will be much better. Everything in hand reach. What I mean by that is that when you're sewing, you want that all your materials that you're using in hand reach. You don't want to be sewing and you need to go 5 steps to get the buckle, 4 steps to get the zipper and something like that. You want everything in hand reach because you will use less time in walking around the room and use more time making the product. Make your sewing space cozy and inspiring. You want your workspace to be inspiring and creative, resonating with positive energy, because when you want to make something, it doesn't seem like a chore, but it seems like something you want to do, and it inspires you to create and work more. So it's very important to make your workspace a creative space. Inspire yourself with music, inspire yourself with other people projects, inspire yourself with your own work. Discipline yourself and challenge yourself. What I mean by this is that you create a practice that every day you work something or do something, create something, and that you keep doing that every day, because when you make it a discipline, that will inspire you later to keep working and keep being creative. Personally, I think creativity is something that you practice and work on it to be creative. That will serve you in the long run. And challenge yourself by sewing for an hour a day or 2 hours a day, or making at least 3 products a day, or learning something new to make something new. I made a 30-day challenge for myself and for others, if I can inspire someone else. This is the challenge I'm talking about. It looks demanding and it looks like you need to have a lot of time on your hands to finish it, but never mind if you can make it all 30 days. What's important to at least do 2 days or 3 days, 1 week. It's important to practice your disciplines. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed what you saw and heard here. I hope it was helpful in some way and inspiring. Comment below and let me know what you think about it. Subscribe to my channel, follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. I have a Patreon account, so you can go and support me there if you like what I'm doing. There are links in the description below. I hope you learned something from me today and you keep learning. Thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. Oh, and do your part, subscribe to PewDiePie.